A thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful...
A loop, a whirl, and a vertical climb, and once again you'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends.
Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel, with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose, and a host of others.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
Wave to the people!
Yay!
Now what are you doing?
Signing autographs. Let's see. John Smith.
But your name is Bullwinkle.
I know, but that's hard to spell.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Come on and join us.
Sure, there's always room for one more.
The last time we looked in on Mucho Loma, it was staggering under the nightly attacks of a noisy night rider.
Okay, everybody out of the pool. Nobody gonna sleep. Here we go. 23 skidoo.
Actually, this night rider is Guadalupe Rodriguez.
Oh, please, to vamos, Senor Loudmouth. We must get some eye shot.
Never. I have sworn revengeance upon this town. Jole!
The night rider became known as the notorious desperado Zero.
That's my mark.
Luckily or unluckily, depending on whose side you're on, Rocky and Bullwinkle entered Mucho Loma and were hauled before the judge.
99 years in jail
But what for, Your Honor?
for jaywalking.
That's jaywarding.
Whatever it was, the only way of evading imprisonment was to go out and bring Zero in. Just as we closed last time, the boys were encamped at the base of a towering plateau, unaware that the crafty Zero was attempting to smash their plans.
I gonna smash something else besides plans.
Meanwhile, just below...
Sure wish I had a pillow to rest my sleepy head upon.
Try a rock.
I don't seem to have a rock.
Here, I'll toss one.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't need a mountain. You probably would have thrown the world.
Shh! Somebody's up there.
And somebody up there doesn't like us.
It seemed like a good idea to camp somewhere else, but no matter where they tried to bed down, some large, definitely hostile object always seemed to come perilously close.
See, that's what I told you. This Zero is gonna be tough to capture.
We'll find another way, that's all. Say, those wanted posters, could any of those people be Zero?
I doubt it. This one here is walking behind you.
What's he wanted for?
Don't you think a name like that is criminal? Senor behind you is serving time in Guadalajara.
Well, he can't be Zero.
This next one is Chichi Vasquez, a very shady lady.
What did she do, sell umbrellas?
Well, she can't be Zero either.
Of course not. She's a lady.
That's no lady, that's my wife.
Look at this last poster, Bullwinkle.
Guadalupe Rodriguez, wanted for singing songs.
Well, let's look him up. You never know. He could be Zero.
Once more, the little squirrel had hit the nail on the head. For at that very moment, near a well on the fringe of town, Guadalupe was washing his branding iron, the iron that Zero used to leave his mark.
Oh, senorita, there is mosquito buzzing on your nose. Pretty chiquita, life would be sweeter if your mouth was closed. La 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 la.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Who is there?
It is us, Rocket J. Moose and Bullwinkle J. Squirrel. That isn't us.
We'd like to have a few words with you, Mr. Rodriguez.
How many words? One or two?
Say, that's a dandy-looking sword you're polishing.
This? Oh, my goodness.
Why are you trying to hide it? Say, that's a branding iron with a zero at the end.
You must be a rustler.
Rustler, my eye, he's Zero.
Oh, please, senors. I'm a victim of circumstance.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to tell that to the sheriff.
Ah, but before they could apprehend the wily bandit, he whistled, and out came Esmeralda, who sized up the situation and used her head accordingly. Will it be a long, wet winter for our heroes? The answer lies in a watery grave or drown among the sheltering palms.
What are you going to read me today, Big Daddy?
A little lesson in bravery, Junior.
I don't need a lesson in bravery, Pop. You want to know why?
Why?
Well, because I sit here and listen to these fables of yours. And if that isn't bravery...
No, Junior. You know, you're confusing bravery with stupidity.
I was only kidding, Pop. Actually, you know, I rather enjoy your painting with words, the simple chronicles. Or should I say the necrology?
Oh, my. The things they teach kids in these progressive schools. Well, anyway, my boy, once upon a time...
Once upon a time? Oh, come on, Pop.
There lived a family of rabbits.
We're not really rabbits, we're hares, because on account of the name of this fable is the hares and the... Hey, why did you do that?
Because you would have given away the whole point to this story.
Well, now, this particular family of rabbits was scared of practically everything.
Boo!
Oh, they were even scared of themselves.
I can't stand living with these scared rabbits. I'm going out into the world and become brave. But how?
I'll tell you how. Just stay with me, boy. I'll tell you. You got to build yourself a rep. You know, like on TV. You got to be top critter.
Top critter? Me, a rabbit? Top critter?
Top critter, you rabbits are scared of your own shadows. You couldn't be top anything.
Well, that's a start. The winner! You know what this means, naturally?
Nope.
You are now top critter.
Yep.
And that means that every punk kid out to make a reputation will be looking for you to have a showdown.
Yep. That is, really, I'm not basically mean, you know.
Every low-down, nasty, downright loathsome critter will be gunning for you.
Actually, I'm rather sweet, you know. That's it, I'm lovable.
What you need is a gimmick.
A gimmick?
Where do I find this mealy-mouthed, low-down animal claiming to be top critter?
Nobody around here answering that description. Just Mr. Frog and little old rabbit-hearted me.
You better take off, Bear. Skedaddle, while old top critter here is in such a felicitous mood.
So you're a top critter, eh?
Well, no, that is yes. I'm a critter, all right, whether top or not. Well, it's also relative, isn't it? And I mean, right about now, I feel like the lowest limit.
A rabbit is top critter. That's a good one.
Yes, that is a funny one, isn't it?
He's a better critter than you are, Bear. And you want to know why? Because I'll tell you. Because he's got a gimmick. Rabbit, give him the ears bit.
The ears bit?
I know you rabbits can wiggle your ears clockwise and counterclockwise. We'll wiggle them and look mean.
I give up. You're top critter, all right. Anyone with a gimmick like that must be top critter.
Now, what was all that about?
Because critters are always afraid of gimmicks. All Western Top Guns on TV have got to have a gimmick. Bat Masterson has his cane, the rifleman has his rifle, and you've got your ears.
You mean my gimmick is ears?
All you got to do is wiggle them, and the critters will back down.
You are sitting in my chair, partner. Nobody sits in that chair but me, partner. That's my chair.
Well, find another chair. Don't wiggle him, top critter. I'm leaving.
So, Rabbit was no longer the frightened, cringing critter he once was. As long as he could wiggle his ears, he enjoyed his role of top critter. That is, until...
Top critter, there's a critter sitting in your favorite chair.
Well, lead me to him, Frog. I'll ear him down. Just lead me to him.
Top critter, sir.
I'll mow him down is what I'll do.
There's something you should know.
Now, where's the critter that's sitting in my chair, partner? Oops!
That's what I was trying to tell you. He's got a gimmick.
And so Mr. Rabbit was no longer top critter, because at last he had come up against a critter who had a stronger gimmick than he had. He returned to the rabbit family, although he was never quite as frightened as he had been. Which is the moral of this story? Well, Junior, do you know what it is?
Sure. Critters may come and critters may go, but gimmicks go on forever.
Gimmicks go... Oh, my. I couldn't have put it better myself, Junior.
Thank you, and hello, used wisdom lovers everywhere. Today we take up the problem of how to get your money back if not completely satisfied. For instance, if someone has gave you a useless article, like this aperture flywheel grommet with the vacuum gasket, you can return it and get the money instead. Pardon me, sir. Do you cheerfully refund money if not completely satisfied?
Absolutely.
And there you have it. How to get your money back if not...
Just fill out these 26 forms, please, then into our test cabinet.
But you said...
The first test tells us if the structural strength ratio of the grommets is less than the designed performance simulator levels.
Oh. Hey, no!
Looks like nothing's wrong.
Well,
Let's see if the problem lies in resistance vibration level.
No, wait,
Well, everything is okay there. I got it! Maybe it isn't watertight.
Now, looky here!
Seems to be in perfect order. Sorry, no refund.
But you said you refund money if not completely satisfied.
That's just it. I'm completely satisfied.
Gosh, Mr. Know-It-All, what are you going to do with your aperture flywheel grommets with a vacuum gasket?
Keep it, I guess. I've really grown attached to it.
Attached to a thing like that?
Yeah. Got my hand caught in it and I can't get it out.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Wrong hat.
I take a 7.5.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Hello there, Peabody and Sherman here. Today, through the magic of my Wayback Machine, Sherman and I will become acquainted with that eminent Scandinavian inventor, Alfred Nobel.
Isn't he the man who invented prizes, Mr. Peabody?
No, Sherman. Alfred Nobel invented dynamite. Set the way back for Italy.
And the year?
1863. As usual, the way back took us way back instantly, and there we were standing before a quaint little Italian villa. I believe this is the Nobel residence, Sherman.
How can you tell, Mr. Peabody?
Sherman's question needed no further answer. Inside the smoke-filled structure, we found Alfred Nobel in what was left of his laboratory.
Are you all right, Mr. Nobel?
Yes, sure, I'm fine.
I assume, sir, you've been conducting an experiment on high explosives.
Oh, yes, sure. It's a little thing I call nitroglycerin.
I guess you'll have to give it up now that your laboratory's ruined.
Oh, no, on the contrary.
He led us into an adjoining room. This one, too, contained a laboratory. A new one.
You wouldn't believe this, but at one time this place consisted of 87 laboratories.
This little villa?
This little villa was once a huge estate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get on with my work. I'm expecting the mess here in exactly 1 hour.
The mess?
MESS, the mechanical engineers of Sardinia and Sicily. If I can prove that nitroglycerin is as powerful as I think it is, then by golly, I've got it made. Oops.
Careful, Mr. Nobel. You almost had another explosion.
Sorry, it must be the light in here.
So saying, the great inventor struck a match and lit what appeared to be a candle.
There, that's better. More light on the subject. Now, where was I?
You'll have to forgive this interruption, sir, but the candle...
What about the candle?
Well, if your candle maker's initials aren't TNT, then I suggest this candle isn't a candle at all.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I know a candle when I see one. Come outside, I prove it to you.
We adjourn to the front lawn.
Now, the candle is still in my laboratory, correct?
Correct.
And if it were TNT, it would blow up, also correct?
Also correct.
Well, it hasn't blown up yet. Therefore, I think I can safely state without the least bit of hesitation that what you assume to be a stick of TNT is in reality a stick of TNT.
Fortunately, Mr. Nobel had a few more laboratories left. And this time, Sherman and I kept a constant vigil on the great man. Working feverishly, he concluded his experiment just as the mess delegation arrived.
Won't you say this stuff is more powerful than garlic?
Far more powerful, sir.
This we got to see. Proceed me the test.
The test was a simple one. 200 yards from Nobel's villa stood a dilapidated shack. The nitroglycerin sat on its dusty floor. Back at the laboratory, Sherman and I awaited the historic moment.
The rest is child's play. I merely press this button, and the shack becomes non-existent. I'm sure those gentlemen will be highly impressed.
By the way, where are they?
At the best possible vantage point, in the shack.
And with that, he calmly pressed the button.
Did I say in the shack?
Oh, my gosh, there's going to be a disaster.
Good gravy, this is going to ruin me.
Calm yourselves, please. If you'll notice, the shack is still standing.
How could it be? Something must have gone wrong. I mean right.
It's very simple. It takes electricity to set off the nitroglycerin, doesn't it?
Of course it does. Why?
Because I took the precaution of removing this fuse, thereby cutting off the electricity. And now, Sherman, if you'll ask those gentlemen to view the test from a safer distance, we'll get on with it. Well, as you can see, the test was immensely successful.
Without your help, it would not have been possible. Goodbye, good luck, and please accept this as a token of my gratitude.
And so we bid Alfred Nobel a fond and not too reluctant goodbye. Later at my penthouse apartment...
What was it Mr. Nobel gave you, Mr. Peabody?
The Nobel Prize, Sherman. But, of course, I gave him something, too.
Really? What?
What else? The Peabody Award.
Thanks to a wanted poster in the Mucho Loma Huscao,
Guadalupe Rodriguez, wanted for singing song.
Rocky and Bullwinkle finally got a line on the true identity of the Bandit Zero.
Must be jelly, 'cause jam don't shake like that.
Pardon me, senor, but they said you're Guadalupe Rodriguez.
It would have been futile for the timid-looking fellow to deny it, for he was caught iron-handed.
That branding iron you're cleaning is the one Zero uses.
Which can mean only one thing.
What's that, Bullwinkle?
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't ask.
Well, it meant that Senor Rodriguez was the one, the only...
May Bush!
Zero!
Let's grab him!
Unfortunately, Zero's valiant steed, Esmeralda, ran to the rescue and... deposited our heroes at the bottom of the well.
Save me, Rock! I can't swim!
Oh, for goodness sake, there's only a foot of water down here.
Yes, they wouldn't perish from drowning.
Yeah, but we might from starvation unless we can climb out. Pull on the rope, Bullwinkle. See if it's strong enough to hold us.
The magnificent moose complied.
Did you hear what he called me?
Please pull on the rope.
He never used an adjective like that before.
The rope, Bullwinkle.
Suppose he's shining up to me for something. Maybe a loan.
Bullwinkle, if you don't...
Okay, Rock.
And his mighty muscles strained, tugging desperately at the rope's end, testing its every fiber, investigating every single strand of that life-giving...
Magnificent moose, huh? You're just having one of your wordy days, that's all.
Well, we can't climb out. I guess it's the old one, too.
Ellie!
And up he flew like a veritable bird of paradise, spreading its multicolored...
Oh, come on.
Forgive me. Rocky plummeted out of the well and in no time lowered a ladder which enabled his comrade to also escape.
Now what, Rock?
Now we got a score to settle. We're going to catch that Zero guy.
His flying tail all abristle, Rocky led the way back into Mucho Loma. It wasn't easy getting through the mud, but Rocky was determined to reach Old Berry's 5 and 10.
Si, senors.
Do you have any Halloween costumes?
Oh, si. But why should anyone dressed like a moose and squirrel require a costume?
These, sir, are our naturals.
A bit of bargaining, and seconds later, behind the old red barn at the far end of town...
Starting to get dark, Bullwinkle. Zero will come riding into town just like he always does, and bam! We'll have him.
Right. Bam! We'll have him!
You're not afraid?
I'm fearless!
Good. Put on the costume.
Why the costume, Rock?
We're gonna trap Zero with it.
Like the man of the 5 and dime said, if I am dressed like a moose, why, on the name of Rudolph Hess, do I
With
have...
darkness spreading fast, there was no time for an explanation. Rocky took out a coin, flipped it.
Tails!
Bullwinkle was correct. It landed on Rocky's tail, and it came up heads. Always a good loser, Bullwinkle withdrew to the confines of the barn. A moment or two later, he appeared as...
Mother of pearl, I'm dressed like Zero.
With one exception. Your branding iron has an X at the bottom. You, Bullwinkle, are the Bandit X.
I know there's not much time left in this episode, so can you tell me how I'm supposed to trap Zero?
I'm afraid there's only enough time to look in on the other end of town. Sure enough, Zero has galloped in to stage another of his noisy attacks. What is Rocky's plan? Will his trap work? Don't miss our next magnificent episode. Oh, there I go again. The Unsatisfied Costumer, or why not try Brand X?
Well, it looks as if our time is just about run out.
Mine must be a little slow.
You got the credits, Bullwinkle?
All on this itty-bitty card. Oop!
We're late again, Bullwinkle.
Right!
Bye now. See you next